We are fortunate to have our friend Kelcey Wright Johnson from the Just Grizzlies podcast, grindcitymedia.com, joining us. And she's an objective journalist. That's why she does her job so well. So I'll just get to the play. How'd you see it? I think it depends on the angle.
The Jordan Poole play?
Yeah.
I will say this. I don't think any play that has happened in this series, any player has intentionally hurt anyone. And that's Draymond, that's Dylan, that's Jordan. I have to take the word of if Ja says, hey, this is the play where my knee started hurting, then we have to believe that's the play where Ja's knee started hurting. Do I think Jordan Poole went out and was like, you know what? Perfect. We're going to trap him. And with my left hand, I'm going to push him and then I'm going to yank it. No, Jordan Poole did not do that on purpose. Did Ja hurt his knee in that play if he's telling us he hurt his knee? Yes. Is it unfortunate? Yes. But I think every foul that we've seen this entire series is unfortunate. And there's this weird dramatic, I don't know, vibe in this series with fans, with media. And I think we all just need to take a deep breath and injuries happen. It's crappy. Do we wish it didn't happen with Ja? Do we wish it didn't happen with GP2? Yes. But if Ja, and there's other people being like, no, I saw Ja land awkwardly in a play, but if Ja says that's when his knee started hurting, that's when his knee started hurting. I don't know why there's this weird discourse about it.
Okay,
well,
I'm guilty.
If I may add, I just want to add real quick. Why? Well, because the angle that Ja tweeted, it did look a little weird. Now, again, I agree with you that Jordan Poole wouldn't intentionally do it, but the other angle, the side angle, it looked like he just grazed him, brushed up against him lightly on his knee. Regardless, why did Ja delete the tweet? Do you have any insight into his mindset? And for that matter, on the subject of Ja, do you know anything about his availability? Technically listed as doubtful. Do you know if he's feeling any better? So why did he delete the tweet, and do we see him at all tonight? Is he feeling any better? That's a lot there, I know, but.
All right, I'll start with the juiciest thing. Taylor Jenkins and the team is keeping it, but it's not that juicy, is keeping it very close to their chest. There was just a few minutes ago, literally 30 seconds ago, a minute ago, there was media availability, and they asked what Ja saw on the MRI. Taylor Jenkins said, we're still evaluating. Jaren Jackson Jr. said the things that he did see on the MRI is unfortunate. He's saying we're going to have to rally around Ja. They did get more news, but they're not sharing it. When asked if Ja was warming up today, Taylor Jenkins said to be determined. When asked if Ja was in the series, he said he's listed as doubtful today. That's all I can say. So they're keeping it really tight, really close to their chest. And we don't have, I guess they've had an MRI. That's the news. And they're just not sharing the results right now, but he is listed officially as doubtful for today. In terms of why Ja deleted the tweet, I have no idea. I think this whole broke the code thing, I know didn't sit well with, not only the Grizzlies players, Grizzlies fans and stuff, because this code is just, it seems arbitrary. It seems like who knows what the heck this code is and where we're breaking it. So I think, obviously, you know where those words came from. It was from Steve Kerr after game 2. Why Ja deleted a tweet? I don't know. I don't know. I think he maybe didn't want more drama. I don't know if you guys are on Grizzlies Warriors Twitter right now, but it is insane.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was saying, Kelcey. See, I'm guilty. But see, this is the same guy who watches the Real Housewives of Pick Your City. I'm watching it, So maybe I'm inclined to go toward the drama, but it's there for me. And I help me explain it. Okay, it's not just a deleted tweet. It's not just Steve Kerr saying broke the code. It's not Draymond coming out and saying what he had to say. It's even Taylor Jenkins. I'm Kelcey, help me understand this. Taylor Jenkins, that quote we played in the beginning where he said, hey, this is what happened. Jordan Poole grabbed his knee. Apparently somebody asked a follow-up question. He said, I don't know what goes through you guys' heads. I'm like, Coach, you just accused the guy of grabbing his knee, and a good reporter is going to ask a follow-up question. Why are you coming at us? So is it the water in Memphis? Is it the water in San Francisco? What's going on as far as you can tell?
Let's blame the water in San Francisco. I think tensions are just really high, and I do think that started with game 1, Draymond's foul on Brandon Clark. I think that kind of was the number one the vibe in that changed. They were like, okay, flagrant 2, not the best way to start a series in game 1. And then game 2 happened. 3 minutes in, Dillon takes another flagrant 2. And so I think tensions have just been high. And then once Steve Kerr did the break the code thing, Taylor Jenkins I mean, you guys have seen him all year. He's a true professional. He doesn't really get emotional. He always talks it out with reporters. Even after horrible losses, he's still there, ready to talk. I have never seen him the way that he was hearing Steve Kerr's words, because I think it offended not only him, the organization, to call not only a player dirty, not only a play dirty, but an entire team dirty. It turned into this weird, and again, you talk about dramatics, it turned into this weird dramatic storyline that it should be about the basketball. And unfortunately, it's become not about the basketball at this point. And that includes even this Jordan Poole play. It should be about the basketball. Jordan Poole did not go in thinking, you know what, at the end of the game, gonna get Ja's knee. He went in wanting the ball, and he reached for the ball, realized what he had wasn't the ball, took his hand off. I don't know.
Well, I know what you do know, and those that don't know it, they'll know it soon enough, and that's 20-5. That's the Grizzlies' record this year without Ja Morant. What, if anything, does that mean in these playoffs now against this Warriors team, given what we saw in the last game? Like, how does this team do just what it said? And that's rally around Ja and once again step up without their best player against arguably the best team in the conference, if not the league.
Yeah, well, I would argue that was the Suns. However, that's a different topic. I would say, you know what, during the regular season, it's also very different basketball than playoff basketball it's not Oracle, in the Chase Center. So yes, in the regular season, they were 20-5. Tyus was able to step up big time. I think he broke the record for NBA history, right? In assist to turnover ratio. Like, he's just a solid guy who can come in and have that role playing behind Ja if Ja's out. But that also means that the other guys have to play well. And a lot of them haven't shown up in this series so far. So yes, you have that confidence going in. Like, look, we've done this before. We've won without Ja. But in this series, in this playoffs, Ja has been scoring like 30, 40, 50% of the team's points. So I just think playoff basketball is so different. You want to have, I guess the thing is, when Ja has the ball, Ja scores or Ja facilitates. They do tend to go after him on the defensive end. So it's going to be a different scheme altogether. You don't have to kind of hide any of your defenders. You can put 5 guys out there, and then it's just going to have to be team basketball. They've been out assisted so far in the first 3 games. That cannot happen today because you need the ball moving in order for all the guys to score. And I think also injecting Dillon Brooks back into the game, he was suspended in game 3, injecting him back into game 4 is going to be huge, not only on the defensive end, because we know that he is this huge defensive stopper, but in the offensive end, Dillon's got to be able to score. Jaren's got to be able to score. Desmond's got to be able to score, because you can't rely on Ja to score the last 15 points in the fourth quarter like he did it, like in game 2.
You know, Kelcey, I know Ja is most likely out. I think, I'm just guessing, that he's most likely out a game 4. Despite that, I think the series is going 7 games. You've been watching it up close. Is there anything that you've learned about Memphis or Golden State in this series that maybe you didn't realize before, or you had thought that, but this kind of confirmed something you thought? Anything from this series that's kind of teased that out?
I think one of the craziest things, and I don't have an explanation for it, so don't ask for one, but they've been playing each other's games. If you take away that 30-point blowout, like, the Grizzlies just didn't play defense. The Warriors caught absolute fire, shooting like 70% in the first half. But if you take away that game where like they just lit on fire, they've been playing each other's games. The Grizzlies have led the entire regular season in points in the paint. The Warriors are doing that in this series. The Grizzlies were bottom in the league in 3-pointers. The Warriors obviously like top 5 in that, and they've completely switched. The Grizzlies haven't gotten out in transition, and so I think they're doing a really good job, obviously, just like executing. These are, I would argue, here's an argument, I would argue these are 2 of the smarter teams. And you can really see that with the adjustments that they've made. Like, I don't know, like Boston-Milwaukee has been so fun. It's been so close. But the crazy differences from game 1 to 2 to game 3 has been wild to me. Like, the style of play has completely changed. And you saw that with, like, game 1, the Grizzlies were getting smoked on pump fakes. They were going for every pump fake, trying to block everything. Game 2 fell for nothing. Game 3, it's another thing. Now they're throwing out a zone. And this has just been a really I don't even, it's just been a crazy series because each game has been so different.
Yeah. And back to the intensity, I mean, we just showed a headline from our boy Vinny Goodwill about this being a potential budding rivalry. I guess fast forward, Kelcey, like, let's say Ja's status notwithstanding, let's say this is a long series. Let's say it's 6 or 7 games. If you could fast forward to that final horn and these two teams are leaving the court, do they leave with a respect for each other? Is that tension and that intensity? Is there bad blood here? Like, what do you think is the bigger picture when it comes to both these teams moving forward and this possible rivalry or just this matchup in the years to come? Grizzlies aren't going anywhere. Warriors seem like they've reloaded. This could be the first of many iterations of this kind of rough and tumble series that we're seeing.
Yeah, I don't think there's bad blood between the guys. Ja's come out a number of times and says how much he respects Draymond. Draymond's obviously close with the Michigan State guys and Jaren and X. And then Jaren's actually like super close with Jordan Poole. Like they played high school basketball together. So I think, and of course, Steph and Ja respect each other. There is a little bit of trash talking, excuse my language almost.
At the end you can say it on our show. Oh no, you can say it on this show. No, we're good. Oh, we're good. Trust me, I've said worse.
we got hey Kelcey, we got a parental sticker on our podcast. We got like a warning on our podcast.
Yeah, parental advisory.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, there was some shit talking at the end of the game, and I don't think that's a disrespect thing. Like Steph and Ja have exchanged jerseys. Like Steph respects Ja, Ja respects Steph. I don't think at the end of this they're like, you know what, F these guys. I hope we never play them again. I hope they all fail. I don't think that's the case. I think personally, once they get off the court, once the series is done, everyone goes back to, I guarantee Draymond's going to be working out with Jaren and X in the offseason. I don't think it's as, again, with the dramatics, I don't think for the players it's as dramatic as everyone on the outside has tried to make it.
Kelcey was like, I didn't know it was that kind of party.
It's like it. So just for the record, I mean, you are wearing a Memphis Grizzlies shirt. It's a great shirt. But do you agree that it's going 7? You think this is going 7 or 6? Because Memphis can win it in 6, theoretically.
Let's go Grizzlies in 7 because I'd rather them win at home.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you 1 for 1 so far. Last time we saw you, you had the Grizzlies in 6 over the T-Wolves. That came to fruition. We'll see if you're.
That was a great series too.
And we hope to see you again. Even if the Grizzlies lose, come back and join us again and cuss some more.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.